Have you ever thought about someone and then they suddenly call or text you? It might seem like a coincidence, but it could be something more. This is what Carl Jung called synchronicity, a meaningful coincidence when two unrelated events happen together in a way that feels significant. In this video, we'll break down every type of synchronicity and what they might mean. Thought to reality synchronicity. This is the classic I was just thinking about that moment. You have a random thought, maybe about an old friend, a specific number, or a weird craving, and bam, reality delivers. They text you, you see it on a billboard, someone next to you says it out loud. It's like the universe borrowed your brain for a second and said, oh, you wanted that? Say less. Psychologically, skeptics call it selective attention. Spiritually, believers see it as confirmation that your thoughts shape your reality, a mini manifestation in action. Sometimes it's small, like craving mangoes and your neighbor shows up with mangoes, and sometimes it's life-altering. Either way, the message is clear, reality is listening, and it's got a weird sense of timing. Repeating numbers synchronicity. You check your phone, 1111, microwave 222. Then you see a license plate that ends in 444. At this point, it's like the matrix is glitching in numeric code. These aren't just coincidences, at least not according to numerologists, mystics, and angel number believers. This type of synchronicity is called numeric alignment, where repeated number patterns are interpreted as signs from the universe, spirit guides, or your higher self. Here's what some common ones supposedly mean. You're manifesting rapidly, keep your thoughts clean. 222, you're on the right path. Stay balanced and trust the process. 333, your spirit guides are close, you're being supported. 444, protection is around you, you're grounded even if life feels messy. There are also others too. Even if you're not a believer, the eeriness of it is hard to ignore, especially when you're going through something big and the same number keeps following you around like a spiritual stalker. Some say it's just confirmation bias, your brain noticing what it wants. Others say the universe is literally sliding you notes like, hey, you're on the right track, keep going. So next time you see 1111, maybe don't just wish, pay attention, something might be aligning. Symbolic object synchronicity. Ever notice how certain objects keep showing up in your life, like feathers, butterflies, coins, or even specific animals? You're not actively looking for them, yet they appear in moments when you're emotional, lost, or searching for direction. This is symbolic synchronicity, when the universe doesn't speak in words but in symbols. You're sad and a white feather floats down from nowhere. You're stressed and a butterfly lands on your car. It's like reality drops little hints to say, hey, we see you. Some believe these are messages from the divine, spirit guides, or even deceased loved ones. That cardinal in your yard, grandma. That owl staring at you, a cosmic heads up to look within. That black cat crossing your path, actually good luck, depending on who you ask. The key thing here, the meaning feels personal. What might be just a feather to someone else might hit you like a spiritual billboard. These objects don't show up randomly. They arrive when something inside you is tuned in. And even if you're skeptical, the timing can feel too perfect to ignore. Dream synchronicity. You dream about someone you haven't spoken to in years. They call the next day. You see yourself in a strange place, and months later, you find yourself standing there in real life. Or worse, you dream of something bad, and it actually happens. That's dream synchronicity, when your dreams stop being random nonsense and start syncing with reality, like a preview trailer for your life. There are different flavors of this, like precognitive dreams, when you dream about something before it happens. It could be subtle, like a mood or phrase, or disturbingly exact, like a detailed event or even a news headline. Shared dreams. You and someone else have the same or similar dream on the same night. No, you're not crazy. It's called telepathic dreaming, and some believe it proves we're all plugged into a collective consciousness. Symbolic dreams. You dream of water, and the next day, your emotions flood out. It's less about prediction and more about pattern. Many spiritual traditions see dreams as a bridge between the subconscious and the higher self, or even a portal to divine downloads. Carl Jung called them compensations, messages from the psyche trying to restore balance. Science says your brain is sorting data. Mystics say your soul is traveling ahead of you. Either way, when your dream life starts bleeding into your waking life, pay attention. You might just be catching whispers from a version of you that already knows the future. Number or signs, synchronicity. You're deep in thought about quitting your job and suddenly, boom, a car zooms past with a plate that says freedom. You're worried about a decision and a billboard reads, trust the process. Welcome to Signs and Signals Synchronicity. When the universe hijacks traffic signs, number plates, adverts, graffiti, even license plate numbers to drop you cryptic life advice like it's your personal life coach. It's subtle until it's not. Sometimes it's numbers, your birth date on a stranger's car plate, repeating digits on a billboard phone number. Other times it's actual words, messages that feel like they're speaking directly to you, encouragement, warnings, reminders disguised as coincidence. Skeptics might say it's just your mind assigning meaning where there is none. But here's the twist. It usually shows up when you're at a crossroads, confused or emotionally charged. Like reality knows when you need a nudge and it throws one on a giant LED screen in traffic. It's one of the loudest forms of synchronicity because unlike dreams or gut feelings, this one shows up in bold fonts and full caps like keep going. The message might not be for everyone, but if it hits you at the right moment, that's all the confirmation you need. Song or media synchronicity. You're thinking about a tough decision and a song plays. Let it go. You randomly scroll into a podcast that's exactly about what you're going through, or you watch a movie and a throwaway line hits so hard it feels like the scriptwriter read your journal. That's song or media synchronicity when music, shows, books, reels, or even random ads seem to respond directly to your inner world. It can show up in different ways. Lyrical messages. A song plays with lyrics that feel written for you down to the emotional beat. Perfect timing. You're stuck in a funk, open YouTube, and the first video is titled How to Get Unstuck. Okay, weird. Emotional mirroring. A scene in a movie captures your exact pain, giving you clarity or even making you cry for the first time in weeks. Some believe this is your higher self using media as a communication tool. Since your conscious mind is distracted, it slips messages in through sound, emotion, and story. Skeptics say it's just your brain picking out what it wants to hear, but tell that to the person who heard Don't Give Up the moment they almost did on shuffle with no hand. Collective synchronicity. Have you ever noticed that certain thoughts, ideas, or feelings seem to pop up everywhere all at once? Suddenly everyone's dreaming about water, or talking about shadow work, or quitting their jobs to find themselves. That's collective synchronicity, when large groups of people experience similar patterns, emotions, or awakenings at the same time without any obvious connection. It's not planned. It's not coordinated. It's like humanity gets a cosmic group text, and we all open it. Examples: multiple inventors creating the same idea in different countries without knowing each other. Carl Jung called it the collective unconscious, the shared psychic reservoir of humanity. In modern terms, it's like the cloud storage of the soul, and sometimes we all get access to the same download. Some call it resonance, others call it ascension waves, but it feels like something bigger than coincidence, a kind of psychic chain reaction. And whether it's sparked by energy shifts, cosmic cycles, or TikTok trends, it makes you wonder, are we really individuals, or are we just different notes in the same cosmic chord? Death synchronicity. This one doesn't always come gently. Death or transformation synchronicity happens when endings painful, sudden, or necessary, align with massive internal shifts. It could be the loss of a relationship, a job, an identity, or even an actual death, and yet somehow it all feels weirdly timed. Like the universe is slamming a door shut and whispering, now you're ready. It's that moment when you lose everything and gain clarity. A breakdown forces you into a breakthrough. Grief cracks you open just enough for growth to seep in. In spiritual circles, this is known as a tower moment, when everything false burns down so truth can rise from the ashes. In psychological terms, it's post-traumatic growth, and it's often not subtle. You might keep seeing signs of rebirth, phoenixes, snakes, butterflies, have dreams about funerals or transformation. Feel like life is rearranging itself around you, not just within you. It's synchronicity in its rawest form, less about cute signs, more about soul evolution. A reminder that destruction and creation are not enemies, they're twins. Because sometimes the most aligned moments don't come wrapped in light, they come through loss. And somehow, it's exactly what was needed.